Hey friends, ready to head back down the arcade? Come with me now for more romance and soul searching among the pinball machines. It's Arcade Spirits. Welcome back friends to the sticky floored, pizza grease smelling, beer infested hole that is the Deco Palace. As you may recall, Percy and I have come here instead of Francine to meet with Deco Nami, the evil overlord of the arcade industry. So far we've seen a horrible fight going on between two competitive gamers and bought some very, very disappointing food. Something sus is going on. Iris is investigating why there are no negative reviews of the food online, why all the reviews, or most of the reviews that are online, have been written by bots, even though she herself isn't able to go in and write one. And we also saw the bartender give a teenager a USB stick before he shuffled off. Something very suspicious is going on here. All my spider senses are tingling and saying, no, just don't even be here, just get out. But unfortunately we must soldier on, so it's 7 PM. Deco Nami is waiting for us. Hopefully Percy will reappear any second. And there we go. Is it that time already? Time sure flies when you're having fun investigating? Fun-vestigating? I quickly send a text to Percy before nervously wringing my sweaty hands together. I let the sounds and sights of Decos wash over me, and as I retreat deep inside myself, Francine comes to mind as I remind myself of what she told me on my first day.
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
I thought you were going to say the rest of the sentence. Apparently you're not. No doubt you'll find yours as well, is the rest of what she said. It gives me a momentary respite, and I smile. I know exactly what must be done, and I'm going to go in there and do it. Oh, what does Deco Nami look like, I wonder? I only ended up waiting a minute or two before I was reunited with Percy. Without having to introduce ourselves, the staff swoops in, anticipating our arrival, and ushers us further inside the restaurant. This doesn't look like a restaurant, it looks like a sort of like a workplace cafeteria, doesn't it? So I'm loving the toy dub balloons going on in the background, and the TCLG balloons. Nice touch, but in such a terrible place. We're treated like royalty as they pull out our chairs for us, and we sit down at our reserved table because it's so busy. Among the families huddled around ginormous plates of pizza and chicken tenders, we stick out like a sore thumb. An actual linen tablecloth drapes over our table, accompanied by fancy little candles to set the mood, I suppose. What, is this a date? A nice bottle of champagne is on ice, and a carafe of cucumber lime infused water also sits before us. Deco apparently spares no expense, at least not with his special guests. Suppose I ought to eat healthy, just have a salad, maybe some grilled chicken, no cheesy breadsticks or anything of that sort. I think you actually... Oh no, Percy, this is not why I brought you! I think you want to do most of the talking during the actual meeting, love. You run the stage, I'm merely one of your many players. I brought you for your business acumen! Okay, but if you see something you want to comment on, you jump in, got it? I value your opinion. Not sure how useful my opinions will be, given what I want is sort of the opposite of what this place provides. But I understand it's not really for me. An old man can't afford to yell at clouds for so long. Old man yells at cloud. Not enough days in one's life to waste on such nonsense. There is not. Stop wasting your life shouting at nonsense. Maybe, but I still want to know how you feel, okay? Of course. Once again, the staff take care of our needs as our food is delivered promptly, unlike my fries. Faster than the other families seated here, who have been waiting some time during by the expansive crayon work on the kid placemats. Not surprisingly, we get a few side glances our way. Why are we having a meeting in the bloody cafe? Why would you not have a meeting in like an office? Given how long I had to wait for my fries earlier, I'm shocked by the discrepancy. Are you though? You've got champagne. Why would you be shocked? But before any of us can chow down, the man of the hour arrives. What do we think he's going to look like? Is he going to be like gaudy and dripping in bling? Or do we think he's going to be like an evil sort of businessman, like kind of shady, gangstery looking guy? Or what do we reckon? I genuinely couldn't call it. Let's find out. Oh wow, he actually looks like some. He looks like M. Bison or something from Street Fighter in his office gear. What is this? TC loves games. He's gonna have a sinister and fruity voice, isn't he?
It's an honor to break bread with you.
Run away, run away. Likewise. Look at all the rings on his hands though. I was a bit right about the bling, I suppose. Okay, so he's a bit of an over-the-top 1920s mob boss, despite a lack of fedora. Clearly he likes showing off his money. But he's still an ordinary guy in an expensive suit. When I pictured the grand poobah of Deco's palace, I pictured somebody more like, well, like Hamza, I guess. He offers a simple smile and a nod of the head as we begin. It's a shame, Miss Francine. I would try and do a voice, but I don't think I'll be able to keep it sustained. It's a shame Miss Francine couldn't join us. I was looking forward to enjoying her sweet smile once more. But that said, I'm always happy to meet with, Percy Sinclair, good sir, future Mr. Moopy's Magical Maze World Champion. Ah, retro player. A dying art, really. I appreciate you coming along.
I take it Francine has kept you up to speed and explained our prior meetings to you?
Yes. Yes, she's mentioned that you wanted to buy the Funplex and that she's politely declined.
Always a courteous woman, she is. Now, I don't feel I need to waste your time with the facts and figures illustrating why Deco's Palace is and always has been the premier family entertainment arcade. Both of you are intimately familiar with the arcade industry. You know how things are, how they'll always be. We are the 800-pound gorilla.
That's a big gorilla. Indeed, verily. But that doesn't mean there isn't room for smaller, more boutique affairs such as the Funplex. Interesting, maybe he does want a partnership and not a buyout.
Let me explain.
Frankly, the winds of change are blowing. Smaller arcades need to move with the times or be swept aside. I want to help you evolve. What I'd like to propose is a change of ownership in return for a very generous compensation package, one that Miss Francine can easily retire on for the rest of her years. I would take over the ownership of the Funplex to evolve it into its final form, Deco's Fun Zone. That sounds horrific, doesn't it? What's a fun zone?
Think about this.
A fun zone is a new concept I've been trying at some of my smaller satellite locations, a best of both worlds scenario. Honestly, the Funplex is simply too limited in size to host the full Deco's Palace experience of fun, family, food and excitement, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Instead of installing a restaurant or a bar, we simply focus on your strength, your games. You become a game centre rather than a palace. We'd need to replace some of your outdated machines, of course, bringing it up to speed with the standards of excellence that Deco's Palace is known for, really. But overall, I think this would be a win for all involved. And he sits back, resting his hands on the knob of his cane, the wizard's staff has a knob at the end, smiling away. Okay, I have questions. And I have answers. Let us see if they match up. Oh god, okay, so many questions. Do I get to ask them all, do we think? I've got concerns about your quality of service. Your tournaments seem a bit unruly. What would happen to the Funplex staff? How much creative control would we have? That's all my questions. Oh, I really want to know how many I get to ask. Well, our main one would be about the staff, wouldn't it? So, new management means new staffing. What about the staff we already have?
Good, good.
I firmly believe you have a long and storied career ahead of you in arcade management, Ms. Love Games. I've heard nothing but good things about you from my various field scouts and contacts. The fact that you landed on my radar at all indicates your rising importance in our industry. You should be proud of that. Yeah, I'm not just talking about me, though. Okay, that still doesn't answer my question. What about the others? Well, Mr. Cooper is a capable accountant, so I'm certain he'd be welcome in the new facility. But we can hash out staffing later on after settling the bigger picture questions. That is my biggest question. I've got concerns about your quality of service. I had some fries at the bar earlier. Well, I attempted to have some fries at least. It took forever to get service. The waiter was too distracted by other customers. I'd hoped that our fun zone could deliver a better service experience.
Unfortunate.
I'm disappointed to hear that. Needless to say, I will deal with the bartender appropriately. I'm not trying to get them fired, I'm just concerned that... Yes, let's not dwell, shall we? Rest assured that we aim to maintain a high-quality experience overall. They'll be sacked. Any other concerns? That's not what I meant, dude! That's not what I meant! God, that dude is going to come back and kill me, isn't he, later on? I don't think this is the moment to confront him about his review tampering. At least I should wait till Iris finds something. Your tournaments seem a bit unruly. I saw a few players fighting over at the tournament. He laughs, a very evil-sounding laugh. Well, it is a fighting game, is it not? As in fighting each other with fists in real life. I take it my crack security team intervened? Eventually, not before blood was drawn.
You understand, yes?
We take safety very seriously at Deco's Palace. That includes the safety of our security workers. No, mate, that's not the correct answer. They are instructed not to intervene until it's safe to intervene for all involved, and I trust them to make that call. And, I'll note, we've not a single legal action pending. Okay, so we do get to ask all the questions. How much creative control do we have? Let's talk creative control. I've been developing new sorts of arcade events, competitions, other things to get people in the door. Would we still be able to direct our own affairs like that, even under a change of ownership?
Let me explain.
Ms. loves games. Obviously, I value your expertise on these matters and would be happy to consult with you on the best direction on the fun zone. Consult with? That's not answering the question, it's not. It's a matter of branding and image. There are certain standards and practices you would need to adopt in order to truly be part of the Deco family. Once you realise that, you'll understand more of how we run those kinds of events.
Capital.
It's nothing too onerous, and really we need to look at the bigger picture, the chance for growth and profit. Don't worry about such petty little things for now. Dude! All of those questions were important things. That's all my questions.
Excellent. I suggest
Whoa!
we shake on it and set our various lawyers to the task of sorting out the specifics.
Assumptions much? He rises to his feet, extending a hand bristling with shiny rings to shake mine. Oh, let's just accidentally not click on accept. I wasn't sure about this deal, but was willing to keep an open mind. After everything I've seen and heard, am I really going to shake that hand? Hell no. I'm afraid I must respectfully decline. You know what? Screw you. We'd like some time to think it over. Let's do business together. Oh God, no. No. Politeness meets with politeness. I'm afraid I must respectfully decline. I purposefully keep my hands at my sides rather than shaking his offered hand. What? Has Percy not, jumped in at any point? Why not? I appreciate your offer, but must decline. I can't do this to my family at the Funplex. No, that's showing sort of too much personal involvement, isn't it? I wish you luck in future endeavours. I don't wish him luck, but I do appreciate his offer, so... You've been honest and forthright with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for your gracious invitation this evening. However, I'm afraid this isn't the right direction for the Funplex. We're just getting started. It would be a shame to abandon our progress in favour of a buyout. If you'd like to maintain relations, we can discuss partnership opportunities at a future date, but for now I respectfully must decline. He pauses, looking me once over before slowly lowering his hand. I can feel his eyes on me. He's obviously not happy with my answer, but we followed Francine's instructions and kept it professional. There's nothing he can do but accept our answer.
Unfortunate.
I see. I suppose I should thank you for your candour in turn. It is difficult to find people in this industry willing to show respect to their elders. Old man. I'm not closing the door on the idea of a partnership, mind you, but if you'd like to go it alone for now, who am I to get in the way of that? I sense that he's not actually going to back down and go away forever, is he? He's not just going to leave us to get on with it. He is going to be the bad thing that makes the difficult weeks ahead happen. As he rises up from his chair, he takes a deep breath in, turns away for a split second before rounding back and looking me dead in the eyes.
But be aware, if we are not partners,
Eep.
we must be rivals. It'll bring me no particular pleasure, but I'm afraid that I cannot allow a rival. I am obligated to bring the full weight of the palace to bear on you.
But we've been opposing a rival arcade for God knows how long, just not a very successful one.
Hopefully one day you'll realize the error you've made tonight. And as a sign of respect, your personal offer to join my empire will remain open, so you can escape the inevitable fall of your little arcade.
God, what a slimy bastard! So he's like willing to take me on while everybody else just like goes under. That's awful. Once more, he turns sharply on his walking cane and walks away from the table.
Lovely.
Well, well, quite tactful, aren't you? I can admire that. Keeping your cool under fire is a key attribute of champions. And you did the right thing. You kept the Funplex family together. Moopy, the real Moopy, will always have a home.
Much obliged.
You were zero help, Percy. Zero help whatsoever. Thank you for bringing me along. It's a pleasure to watch you work. Shall we return home? Why did you not offer any advice? With Deco hosting us, we don't have to worry about paying the check. We drop a quick tip on the table for the waitstaff and quickly abandon ship. We scoot out the door, and from there it's a short jaunt across town back to home sweet home. Oh, it's Juniper, isn't it? As I walk into my apartment, the sheer and utter exhaustion of the day hits me like a brick wall to the face. My adrenal glands are tapped out, leaving me in a dreamlike lethargy. I can't help but sigh as I just stand there, my body too drained to move. Reflecting on how the evening's events transpired, I realise this day entirely kicked my ass. I did my best not to make enemies, but I'm guessing we've made a powerful one anyway, despite my diplomatic efforts. As I continue to anxiety loop, replaying every moment in my head, something steals my attention. Shimmering beam of hope and happiness, my best friend... Iris? No. Juniper. Hi, Juniper. She's already home, back from another day at her new graphic design firm. She pauses the show that she's been happily binge-watching when she finally notices me in the room. So, how was work today? Well, it was a day, certainly. The condensed version is that Deco Nami wanted to buy the Funplex and Francine asked me to go negotiate.
What?
Deco? As in Deco's palace Deco? The one and only. Still don't feel like his name could actually really be Deco. Is that really a name? I thought it was like a sort of title. Some sort of weird nickname kind of like that. I don't know. Whoa. Well, how'd that go? I gave him the thanks but no thanks, very politely. I mean, he still vowed to annihilate us, but at least he was sort of nice about it and promised me a job after he destroys everything I hold dear.
Ooh.
Yikes. Thanks, Jennifer, that's not really enough of a response. Yikes indeed. But hey, that's a good thing, it means he's scared. He wouldn't have tried to woo you to his side if he wasn't worried about what the Funplex could become. Try to see the positive. Guess, but it's still worrying. Let's not stand here and drum up a whole bunch of anxiety. That's not going to help with anything.
I've got it.
Why don't you take your mind off things and binge watch some cartoons with me? Tempting, but another night, Juniper. I really need some sleep. Okay, you just let me know if you need anything. Pizza bagels? I'm here for you. Thanks, Juniper. You haven't heard how much I diss you when you're not around. I smile back at her before retiring to bed. Oh, look how stressed I look. So goddamn stressed right now. I lay in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling above me. After trying various ways of forcing myself to sleep. Nope, not working, can't sleep. I hate insomnia. Once you start worrying about it being unable to fall asleep, the worry feeds on itself till you're actively stopping yourself from resting. A vicious cycle. I would love to say that I could relate to this, but in real life I can't relate to this at all. So I sleep way too much. Sigh heavily, feeling the weight of my decision dragging me down. Hope I did the right thing tonight. My phone lights up as Iris's sensors detect conversation. TC, you want to chat? No, I want to sleep, but I can't, so hey. Would you enjoy some recorded music? Maybe something relaxing? I just can't shake this feeling that I'm standing on a precipice right in front of this big dark hole. It's weird because I still think I made the right call, but if I'm confident in that, why do I feel like I'm about to fall? Based on prior personality indicators and inputs, my therapeutic systems suggest it's fear of failure based on years of prior examples. In short, you've got a long family history of everything always going wrong all at once. Murphy's Law. So when things are going right, I'm expecting to fail anyway. But worrying about it won't actually change the situation. Whether you sleep or not doesn't affect the outcome. So my suggestion is to get some rest, deal with the problems as they come. She's right. I mean, intellectually I know she's right, but knowing something is true and feeling it to be true, well, those are surprisingly different things. Iris off.
Iris offline.
Okay, but remember, you're a good person and you deserve to be happy. My phone goes back to sleep. And I do not. I could have phoned Teo. Why did I not phone Teo? I'm sure Teo would have let me talk to him or go over or whatever stage of relationship we're up to now. That would have cleared my mind, wouldn't it? Come on. Some hours later, my body just passes out on its own. I vaguely recall my alarm going off a few times, but under protest of its mistreatment, my flesh refuses to submit to its siren song. Meaning it's nearly noon when I finally rouse. Oh God, having completely overslept and missed half a day of work. In a panic, I get dressed and hop a late bus to the Funplex, grumbling all the way. And I'm going to call it there because I'm guessing that the debrief to everybody else about how it went and what happened and any fallout is going to occur as soon as I get there. So we'll call it here. Oh, this is stressful now. It's gonna start upsetting me, isn't it? I'm gonna start getting upset about this game. I can tell things are gonna go badly, and I'm gonna have to make horrible decisions on behalf of other people that I care about. And but you know, for every high there must be a low and stuff. And hopefully, the end of chapter 8, when we get to the very end of the game, it will be at a top high. So yeah, join me next time and we'll find out what next lies ahead for poor, stressed out Arcade TC. I will see you then. Have a great day. So if you enjoyed this video, thanks very much. I'm really grateful. This is the bit where I'm meant to tell you to smash the subscribe button, but I'm sure you already know how to do that should you want to. Instead, if you'd like to chat with me about games live, please drop me a follow on Twitch. Also, as you can see, I have a Patreon. It's not just a place to beg for your money though, it's the hub for all things TC Loves Games. News, info, thoughts, plans and more. It's totally free to follow me on there and be part of my journey through the world of games. But if you'd like to pledge as well, there are some lovely rewards available for you. I'll see you next time. Much love.